What's up, guys? Sorry for the lack of videos, lack of updates. Just been busy. Life stuff, shop stuff, all kinds of stuff. So, update on Big Betsy is now Duramax swap. I was originally planning on documenting the whole thing. Like I said, things have gotten busy. I've been slamming it out. Fridays and Saturdays, just kind of on my own time, trying to get it done as quick as I can. I'll give you a walkthrough of it, kind of go over what I'm doing with some stuff, and try and kind of document the last bit of finishing it all up, getting it to be a driver. Big block's gone, 4080 and the 261 XHD are meant. They're in my Willys. They're going in there in front of a 6.0 or behind a 6.0. Whenever that happens, I'm going to get my Grand Wagoneer LS swapped next after this, as soon as this is done. But let's take a look, find out what's going on. All right, the beast. So I got, and I apologize for the mess, 160,000 mile LBZ 06 Duramax with the Allison and MP261 XHD 4-shift transfer case. Kind of go over temporary fuel system. I have a 30 gallon Blazer Suburban tank that I'm going to be putting in the back, along with a fast fuel system. So I'm just temporarily using the stock filter head into my little tank to get this thing running and going. Did a Y bridge, new mouthpiece, deleted everything. 3-inch down pipe, be a 4-inch full straight pipe back with probably a 5 or 6-inch tip. Did the fuel rail fittings, basically just minor stuff. New thermostats, driver side up, exhaust manifold to get rid of the kink in it. New up pipe on the passenger side. I could have capped it where the EGR goes, but I just got a new one. PCV reroute. Just kind of some miscellaneous stuff since I'm here. Once this comes back apart, then it's basically to come back apart for paint will be the next time it comes back apart. Once that happens, then I'll do a drop-in 64 mil turbo, as long as the motor's still doing okay. Powder coat a bunch of stuff, freshen everything up, kind of go for the full show truck ordeal once the cab comes off for paint. That's the very last thing I'm going to do, though. So it'll be a while. It's going to be a little messy, whatever, just for time being. I just need it together, running. I want to use the truck, start doing the interior, do the rear axle in it, do new leaf springs, new suspension, get the entire rest of the truck done. I may cut the roof off it and graft a modern roof on it for sunroof or the panoramic. I don't know. That's a thought I'm playing around with, but let's go through it real quick. So factory steering lines hooked up to the steering pump. That works fine. I'm using an intercooler and radiator out of a 24 valve Dodge. As you can see, plenty of fan clearance. It sits good, clears the hood. Everything's good there. I did not have to do a whole bunch of trimming on the core support. Basically, the support in here, you can see the holes are like dimple dyed. So you can see like this one's kind of pushed in. The other side, they're pushing out. So I flattened that. Trimmed a little bit on the top on both sides, so the intercooler could sit about flush. Made some standoffs for the intercooler and the radiator, and pretty much it. I made little pedestals on the bottom because these radiators and intercoolers have studs out of the bottom of them, so they set in, lean back, and then just clamp at the top to keep it from wobbling around. So I made a new plate on the bottom. Let's see. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Let's see here. Let's see if I can get to it. I don't know. Let's see. You can kind of see it down there. So basically what I did was figured out how high I could get it to try and help clearance to the fender wells, which I will make new ones and custom ones at some point in time. Right now I'm just going to trim the factory ones for the intercooler piping. But basically just tried to see how high I could get the cooling stack to sit. Made a new pedestal, put 2 holes in it, one for the intercooler to sit into, one for the radiator to sit into, give a little bit of space in between so they don't rub. And that was that. Then I made standoffs, like I said, on the top. You could see kind of the weld from this one. For the intercooler side, just made some brackets in here. Tough to see. For the AC condenser to mount to. And condenser sits in the pocket, intercooler sits flush, radiator sits in front of it, all is well. My biggest issue is to do, instead of doing traditional, you know, come down under the booster and come forward with the intercooler piping, is my coil towers. So basically my thought is I'm going to come just L for the radiator, come forward like a 45, and then drop down this way to get down to the intercooler. And then the new coil tower brace, I'm gonna go back over the back of the turbo and then come forward to the other side. For that, intake will come over here. I'll make a box for it. Then the cold side just gonna come over down here and go in to the intercooler. And then I'll make a new lower radiator hose out of stainless or aluminum and call that a day. Let's see, what else? I did get a new trans cross member. You can kind of see from Robert's Custom Trucks that integrates the link mounts and the links from him. I'll cut the old ones off, got a new one. I had to just order 2 new Heims from I think it was Barnes, that are longer, to push the front axle back forward to where it needed to be. But let's see, in other exciting news, it's now officially 4-wheel drive. Finally have a front drive shaft. I was moving it in and out on the front drive shaft only, and it works until I got the rear made. So we got a brand new 1-piece aluminum rear drive shaft, 1410 U-joints. Changed the yoke on the Dana 60, Dana 70, whichever that is, until it gets the Sterling 10.5 dually rear. Then it'll get new leafs, change the yoke on it, and call that a day. There's tank, some of my exhaust piping. Let's see. Got a little edge monitor, since none of these gauges are going to work until I get Dakotas. Got the new high hump trans tunnel going in from AMD right now. Clear the Allison. Just had to massage right here just a little bit. Pedal. Had to massage this a little bit just for the input speed sensor on the Allison, and that was it. I am going to nutsert it, bolt it, and then seam seal it just in case it ever needs to come out for whatever, any future work. So yeah, that's where we are at. I got to get, I'm just going to get a new AC compressor and then get the adapters for it, run it into the vintage air. Got to figure out the dryer placement and what fittings I need there. Got to finish making the rest of the exhaust, finish the trans tunnel. I did do the wiring harness myself. I'll show you that. So you can see I used just a nice weatherproof fuse box. I printed out wiring diagrams, cut everything out, figured out what I need for powers, what I needed for keyons, and Here's all the trans stuff, so you can see like some of my outputs here. I've labeled everything. Let's see. So you can see like the cruise control wires, the tap shift wire, because I'll add that, the check engine light, all that good stuff. I still got to run some of that, the brake switch. But I have the OBD2 port in. Basically the basics just to get her running. But it is running and driving, moving around. I just got the core support bolted back in for the final time. So yeah, just working through finishing all the little details. Yeah, we'll go from there. So let's keep going. Okay, I've got the new trans tunnel cleat in place. I'm gonna nutsert it. Like I said, I'm gonna nutsert it, do some weather strip underneath it, some rubber pad, and then I'm gonna seam seal it. I don't want it to come out, but just in case, I know the factory ones were removable, so might as well, just in case it ever needs to come out. I've been fitting the floor shifter for the transfer case. So I did have to notch this little, it was just like a screw hole for a bracket or something, notch that so that with the factory tunnel, the shifter clears everything and I can just tighten it right up to the tunnel. What I'm doing now is just throwing some nutserts for the shifter. I've got it fit, got the linkage in there. Gonna throw some nutserts down, and then we'll have the floor shifter done for that. All right, and just like that, we got a factory floor shifter. Use the factory linkage, factory shifter, all hooked up. All right, so like I said, guys, I apologize. I'm not really walking you through this one. I'm just trying to get her done. So exhaust, I've got most of it tacked in place. Basically, what I did here was just got a 4-inch, downpipe off Summit Racing, or a 4-inch downpipe adapter piece for a LBZ truck off Summit Racing, which is this whole piece. I got 2 4-inch V-band clamps. I like V-bands. They're simple, they're easy, they clamp well. You don't have to deal with the slip, leaks, all that stuff. So it's just tacked in right now. This is a 7 or 8 foot section of just 4-inch pipe. So basically just kind of line it up. Looks a little off, so whatever. But line it up. It's got some safety wire up there right now in the back. But basically just gonna come out 4-inch straight. And then I got a over the tailpipe section for an LBZ truck. Now I'm gonna try and, this one I'll have to cut up a little bit. But basically cut out the load leveler bar crap, come up and over, and then swoop it out. I just don't wanna finish that section until I get the tank in, because the tank's gonna go back here. So I'm gonna need to see, basically the tank will go here, and you just see how much room I have forward and back. This is probably gonna come, probably have to move this one too. May have to move the shock forward of the axle, which could cause problems with the exhaust, but we'll see. I can always cut that forward, swoop it up a little more, and even maybe come over the spring, swoop it kind of up the middle. Up the middle, over, cut this one off, over, through here, and then come out, because I don't think I'll be able to make it all the way back and over unless I keep it low and over here. We'll see. So I'll get the tank in, and then I can figure out the rest of the exhaust. But not bad. At least we're getting somewhere. Okay, we're getting tubing going on the Duramax. Let's take a look. All right, zoom out. There we go. All right, so like I said, because I got coilover towers, that's causing, I couldn't go down that way and forward. I'm gonna have to do the tower going back over the turbo and down to this side for the coil tower brace. But came forward, went down, got in the intercooler down there. And in hindsight, I might have liked to have flipped the intercooler upside down so the ports were up here. But, oh well, it looks a little cleaner up here like this once it's all cleaned up. Upper radiator, simple. Other intercooler from the Y, and down, up, little squiggly, and then in there, we should clear the hood everywhere. Everything's looking close. So now we're gonna do the lower radiator hose, and then air intake, and we got tubing. All right, we're working on the final weld. We got the intercooler pipes done, the intake pipe done. Waiting on one more bend that'll be here tomorrow for the lower radiator hose, which, if you know Duramax's, is a bit complicated. Yeah, doing the final weld, putting the bungs on, got that placed for the MAF and the MAP. Yeah, let's take a look. This is the hot side, cold side, air intake. They're all clean prepped. We're doing the final weld on them. Gonna bead roll them, which I should have done before welding, but was in a rush, and that's what happens. We're doing the final weld on it right now. Cold side's done. Just need to put the MAF bung on the air intake and bead roll that. Bead roll the cold side, and then put the MAP on the hot side. MAP on the cold side. Get the hot side done, bead roll it, and then we throw them in the truck, and those are good. All right, guys, Saturday, we are in thrash mode trying to get this thing done as quick as we can. Let's take a look where we're at now. All right, so yes, I know that's a tiny air filter. Piping's done, bead rolled, welded, done, sensors are in. Got you can kind of see it in there. The lower radiator hose done, upper done, so tubing is done. Go back here, excuse me. Got the old cross members cut out, 31 gallon Suburban Blazer, whatever, tank in. Didn't have to move the shock, thankfully. Let me roll on down here. That's what I've been working on this morning. So didn't have to move the shock. With the 40 gallon, you would have to, but basically cut the cross members, move it all the way back to the back of the frame, put one of the cross members in, or a cross member, go from there forward, and you'll just clear the shock with a 30 gallon. Got it set up for the diesel. Filler neck fits right into this cavity, although you can't really see it, a little tight, but it'll fit in that cavity, so we'll just have to come up. Basically, what I think I'm gonna do, move the fill door here, go through the bed a little, use a Blazer cover, and then run down and in, and try and get it that way. So we'll see. Coming along. Oh boy. So almost forgot. I did this morning. These were all cleat code before, just had it in place. I pulled it out drilled everything out, nut serted the floor, put a 1/2-inch thing of weather strip, you know, double-sided weather strip around the whole perimeter of that. This guy's in for good, clears, shifter, so floor is all done. Oh boy, fuel doors off, cut off wheels out. Let the relocation begin. And I'm an idiot. This is what happens when you do things too fast. You're rushing, trying to get it done, not thinking things through. You get 2 holes. So that was the same height as the other one. Started cutting it and then went, hang on a sec. That one's down there. Well, that's because the tank is lower and it drops right into it. If I'm filling it here, how's it gonna run almost straight across the tank? There needs to be a downslope. So here we are now. 2 holes. Oh well, I'll fill that one. Yeah, this should actually fill now. So it's not bloop, because that's how you get it all backing up. So, okay, a lot of heavy lifting progress today. All the tank fab work and whatever, cross members are cut, moved, redone. Rear tank is in. It's a 31 gallon. I didn't go 40 on this one like I did the first one that I was building for myself. The fast 100 fuel pump is in it. The tunnel fab is all done. That's mounted. I threw the vinyl covering back over it for now. Looking at, I gotta ponder how I'm gonna do the computer mount, but we did get the fuel door tacked. You can see old one, my fuck up, new one. So I want to get it outside and kind of look at it. It almost looks like it might be just ever so slightly off, but I'm gonna get it smooth here because the curvature at this section of the bed is different obviously than down here. So I'm gonna get this whole top edge was flat, tacked it. This edge is a little off, but not much. So I'm just gonna get it a little flatter. I gotta flatten these sides out a little bit. This side wasn't too terrible. This side has a little bit to it, but either that or pull the bed side a little, but get it a little flatter. But so basically I'll use a factory fill neck, kind of cut a hole in here, run it through the bed, do a factory blazer cover, run it down into the tank. And then if you don't know the difference, won't know any different. Just think of the fuel doors right there.